Welcome to Who Died Today America, your daily source for remembering and honoring the lives of those who have passed and the legacies of the most notable personalities. Murray Melvin, a storied career spanning stage, screen, and theatre history. Murray Melvin, a renowned actor, director, and theatre archivist, passed away at the age of 90 at St Thomas Hospital in London. Throughout his illustrious career, Melvin appeared in numerous films and television shows, including The Phantom of the Opera and the Doctor Who spin-off Torchwood, where he portrayed the villainous Billis Manger. Melvin first gained recognition for his role as Geoffrey, a gay art student, in Sheila Delaney's A Taste of Honey. He was also a key member of Joan Littlewood's Theatre Workshop Company, working alongside prominent directors such as Ken Russell and Stanley Kubrick. The actor's passing has prompted heartfelt tributes from colleagues and friends. Screenwriter Russell T. Davies praised Melvin's career, noting his contributions to A Taste of Honey, his collaborations with Littlewood and Russell, and his ability to navigate changing societal attitudes towards his identity with dignity, class, and wit. Broadcaster Samira Ahmed remembered Melvin as a beautiful man and a friend, expressing how much she would miss his amazing stories from his life. Theatre creative director Kerry Kyriakos-Michael also mourned the loss of Melvin, who he considered one of his closest friends. In 2021, Melvin donated his extensive archive comprised of 136 boxes documenting the history of the Theatre Royal Stratford East from 1884 to 2017 to the British Library. The collection includes Joan Littlewood's cast notes for Oh, What a Lovely War, a doll used in the same production, and materials from the groundbreaking British black musical The Big Life. Murray Melvin's legacy will be remembered not only for his impressive body of work as an actor and director, but also for his dedication to preserving theatre history. His contributions to the world of stage and screen, as well as his role in documenting the evolution of British theatre, will continue to inspire and inform future generations. Tributes to Murray Melvin. Mark Sheehan, a melodic force and lasting legacy in the world of rock. Mark Sheehan, guitarist and co-founder of the acclaimed Irish rock band The Script, has passed away after a short, undisclosed illness at the age of 46. A beloved husband, father, brother, bandmate and friend, Sheehan's immense talent and creative spirit left an indelible mark on the global music scene. Born in Dublin, Ireland on October 29, 1976, Sheehan formed The Script in 2001 alongside lead singer and close friend Danny O'Donoghue. The two had previously played together in My Town, another Irish band founded in 1996. Since its inception, The Script has been nominated for and won numerous awards, solidifying their place in the hearts of fans and the annals of rock history. In 2008, The Script was named the best-selling Irish act at the World Music Awards. The following year, the band received the awards for Best Irish Band and Best Album for their eponymous debut, The Script, at the Meteor Ireland Music Awards. Additionally, they earned 3 BMI Pop Awards for their singles Break Even, For the First Time, and Hall of Fame. Throughout their career, The Script released 6 studio albums, with their latest Sunsets and Full Moons, debuting in 2019. In 2021, the band released a compilation album, Tales from the Script Greatest Hits, and embarked on a tour spanning the US, Europe, and Australia. The group had upcoming shows scheduled in the UK for June. His extraordinary musical talent, dedication to his craft, and the joy he brought to fans around the world. His contributions to the world of rock music and his role in the success of The Script will be fondly remembered by those who were touched by his melodies and inspired by his creativity. Tributes to Mark Sheehan. Justin Owen, a rising star and lasting legacy in sprint car racing. Justin Owen, a 26-year-old Harrison native and sprint car racing competitor, was tragically laid to rest on Thursday, following a fatal crash during the USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Championship event at the Lawrenceburg Speedway. During the qualifying race, Owen's car made contact with the outside wall, went airborne, and flipped multiple times in turn 3 of the course. USAC immediately red-flagged the race, deeming it too dangerous to continue, and subsequently cancelled the national championship. Owen was the reigning track champion with 2 feature wins and a title in 2022. Having grown up just 20 minutes from the Southeast Indiana track, he was a regular competitor at the 3 8-mile oval. The 2022 crown was his first at the Speedway. Throughout his career, the young driver had collected multiple awards, including 3 in 2019. He won the Buckeye Outlaw Sprint Series at Pennsylvania's Lernerville Speedway, once at Indiana's Paragon Speedway, and then at Lawrenceburg's Night of Champions event. His dedication and skill on the track were evident, and he had a promising future ahead of him in the world of sprint car racing. Justin Owen's passing is a significant loss to the racing community, but his talent, determination, and passion for the sport will not be forgotten. His lasting legacy as a rising star in sprint car racing will continue to inspire young drivers and serve as a reminder of the importance of safety in motorsports. Tributes to Justin Owen. Lesley Swick van Ness, a passionate journalist and advocate for future generations. Lesley Swick van Ness, a former news anchor for WGEM in Illinois, passed away suddenly while on vacation with her family in Naples, Florida. She was 42 years old. Van Ness began her career at WGEM in 2003 as a reporter, progressing to become a weekend anchor in 2006 and then a weekday evening anchor in 2008. In 2016, she transitioned to a corporate recruiter role for Quincy Media, which was later acquired by Grey Television in 2021. Her passing was met with heartfelt tributes from her colleagues and friends. Natalie Will, a fellow anchor who began her career alongside Van Ness, described her as a phenomenal journalist and a leader in the newsroom. Matt Schmidt, another former WGEM colleague, recalled Van Ness as someone who was easy to get along with and not afraid to speak up. In addition to her accomplishments in journalism, Van Ness was dedicated to creating opportunities for the next generation of journalists. Through fellowship programs and paid internships, she worked tirelessly to provide aspiring reporters with the resources they needed to succeed in the industry. Van Ness is also remembered as an exceptional mother and wife, who, along with her husband, instilled in their 2 young boys the importance of reading, safety, learning, and loving. Her commitment to raising well-rounded children, despite their occasional lack of enthusiasm, is a testament to her unwavering dedication to her family. Lesley Swick van Ness leaves behind a lasting legacy as a passionate journalist and a tireless advocate for future generations in the media industry. Her contributions to journalism and her work in supporting the careers of young professionals will continue to impact lives long after her passing. Tributes to Lesley Swick van Ness. Katie Cotton, transforming public relations and building Apple's legacy. Katie Cotton, Apple's former vice president of worldwide communications, passed away, surrounded by family and close friends. Born in 1965, Cotton was 57 or 58 years old at the time of her passing. She played a pivotal role in shaping Apple's communications strategy and the company's culture of secrecy for 18 years before retiring in May 2014. Cotton joined Apple in 1996, shortly after Steve Jobs returned to the company. As a leader in public relations and marketing, she was known for her fierce control over Apple's portrayal in the media and served as the gatekeeper to the company's late CEO and co-founder, Steve Jobs. Apple said in a statement to Bloomberg, "We're deeply saddened by Katie's passing. She was an extraordinary person, and she made countless contributions over the course of her 2-decade career at Apple." Under Cotton's guidance, Apple's public relations strategy transformed the industry, with the company presenting products and announcements as special events that attracted global attention. Her innovative approach to public relations had a lasting impact on the way companies promote their products and engage with the media. After retiring to spend more time with her family, Cotton focused her efforts on raising awareness for mental health education for children by volunteering in local community organizations. She is survived by her children, Ethan and Isabel Memeles, and life partner Jim Wells. She left behind as a trailblazer in the public relations field and a driving force behind Apple's worldwide communications strategy. Her contributions to Apple and the broader PR industry will continue to shape the way companies engage with the media and promote their products, leaving a lasting legacy for future generations of PR professionals. Tributes to Katie Cotton. Danny Schur, championing local stories and celebrating Ukrainian-Canadian heritage playwright, filmmaker, composer, and lyricist Danny Schur, passed away on Monday at the age of 56. Born and raised in Ethelbert, Manitoba, Schur's work focused on the stories of Ukrainian Canadians and the labor class. Throughout his career, he developed a reputation for bringing local stories to the forefront and celebrating his Ukrainian heritage. Schur's musical talent began early in life, with piano at 5 and composing by 10. He later studied piano and composition at the University of Manitoba, and in the 1990s worked as a writer, producer, and manager in the recording industry, with several major label acts from Manitoba. In 2000, Schur shifted his focus to musical theatre, debuting with The Bridge, which commemorated the 100th anniversary of Ukrainian settlement in Canada. He went on to achieve success with Strike, the musical, which was later turned into the feature film Stand. Set against the backdrop of the 1919 Winnipeg General Strike, the musical explored the persecution of minorities during the event. Schur's dedication to his community and local stories inspired those around him, as longtime friend Carson Natras, the artistic director at Rainbow Stage, said, "He taught me to love our city, to love our community, and believe that our stories matter." Schur's work consistently demonstrated that the stories of Manitobans were just as epic and universal as those from other parts of the world. In addition to his work in musical theatre and film, Schur was passionate about hockey and directed a 2015 biographical documentary about NHL Hall of Fame goalie Terry Sawchuk, a Winnipegger with strong ties to the Ukrainian community. He will be remembered as a trailblazer who carved a path for large-scale musicals by and for Manitobans, celebrating their stories and heritage. His devotion to his community and unwavering belief in the power of local stories will leave a lasting legacy in the arts. Tributes to Danny Schur. Bob Potter, the visionary behind Lakeside's iconic darts legacy. The darts world is mourning the loss of Bob Potter, the Lakeside Country Club owner who played a pivotal role in the sport's history. Potter passed away at the age of 94, leaving behind a lasting legacy in darts. Potter's Lakeside Country Club, which he purchased in 1972 as Wharfenden House, became one of the most iconic venues in darts history. He expanded the hall to 1,000 seats and initially hosted comedians and musicians before embracing the world of darts. From 1986 to 2019, the club played host to the Darts World Championships, with Lakeside also serving as the main sponsor of the competition from 2004 to 2019 and again in 2022. In recognition of his contributions to British and world darts, Potter was awarded the OBE in 1993. His vision and dedication to the sport helped propel it to new heights and solidify its place in popular culture. Tributes poured in from fans and professionals alike, with many sharing their appreciation for Potter's impact on darts. One fan on social media noted, "Sad news, a man of great importance to the darts story, legend, the home of world darts." Another expressed gratitude, saying, "If it wasn't for Bob, there would be no Lakeside and no history." Darts referee Hugh Ware also shared his condolences, describing Potter as always very welcoming and very hard-working. He added, "His venue is iconic, and his sponsorship of the BDO World Championship was crucial. R.I.P. Bob Potter's legacy will live on through the Lakeside Country Club and its significant contributions to the world of darts. His passion and commitment to the sport transformed Lakeside into a beloved venue, creating unforgettable memories for darts fans across generations. Tributes to Bob Potter. Carolyn Longbanks, a trailblazer in Atlanta's civil rights movement and city council. The city of Atlanta mourns the loss of Carolyn Longbanks, a trailblazing figure in the city's history, known as the first black woman to serve on the Atlanta City Council. Banks passed away at the age of 82, leaving behind a legacy of courage, service, and leadership. Banks, a fourth-generation Atlantan, was a graduate of Henry McNeil Turner High School and Clark College, which later combined with Atlanta University to become today's Clark Atlanta University. She was also part of the student movement at the university and one of the organizers of the Atlanta student movement in the 1960s. In 1960, Banks joined the Committee on Appeal for Human Rights, working alongside civil rights leaders like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. By 1962, she was invited to integrate the Magnolia Room at Rich's, one of the largest department stores in the South, and became one of the first black women to hold a management position there. Throughout her life, Banks was deeply involved in her community. She joined Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Inc. in 1959, the Atlanta Alumni Chapter in 1962, and maintained a lifetime membership in the NAACP. Banks also held leadership roles on both the state and national levels, serving on the Commission of Women appointed by former President Jimmy Carter and attending the White House when former President Bill Clinton signed the Family Medical Leave Act. In 1980, Banks broke barriers as the first black woman to serve on the Atlanta City Council, a position she held until 1997. Her tenure included dealing with the Atlanta child murders, and in recent years, she joined the Memorial Task Force to remember the victims. Councilmember Michael Bond remembered Banks as a surrogate mother and a tremendous mentor. Councilmember Andrea L. Boone urged the community to keep Banks's family in their prayers during this time of mourning. Carolyn Longbanks' impact on Atlanta and the civil rights movement will never be forgotten, and her legacy will continue to inspire future generations. Tributes to Carolyn Longbanks. Karl Berger, a pioneer in avant-garde music and influential educator. Karl Berger, a vibraphonist, pianist, composer, and educator who served as a mentor and father figure for generations of improvising avant-garde musicians, passed away at Albany Medical Center in Albany, New York. He was 88 years old. Born and raised in Germany, Berger was part of the first wave of European musicians to pursue free jazz in the 1960s. He joined trumpeter Don Cherry's band in Paris as a vibraphonist, and later traveled to the United States to perform on Cherry's album, Symphony for Improvisers. He made his home in the States for the next 6 decades, working with notable musicians such as bassist Dave Holland, drummers Jack DeJohnette and Ed Blackwell, and saxophonists Lee Konitz, Ivo Perlman, and Ornette Coleman. Berger's most far-reaching achievement, however, was as an educator. He co-founded the Creative Music Studio, CMS, with his wife, vocalist Ingrid Sertzo, and Coleman. CMS focused on teaching improvising musicians to develop their own aesthetics and draw ideas from across genres, traditions, and international borders. From 1972 to 1984, it offered instructional workshops, masterclasses, multi-week intensives, and hundreds of live performances, earning a reputation as a premier school of contemporary creative music. After the CMS facility in Woodstock, New York closed in 1984, the organization continued to hold workshops and maintain an archive of more than 500 CMS concert recordings at Columbia University Library. Berger and Sertzo revived CMS in 2013, with Sertzo serving as co-artistic director. Throughout his educational endeavors, Berger remained an active working musician, leading various ensembles in both the US and Europe. He even contributed orchestrations to pop artists such as Jeff Buckley, Natalie Merchant, and Bootsy Collins. Berger's final album, Heart is a Melody, featuring a quartet jointly led by cornetist Kirk Nufke, was released in the fall prior to his passing. Karl Berger's lasting legacy as an avant-garde musician and influential educator will continue to inspire future generations of musicians who are passionate about exploring the boundaries of music. Tributes to Karl Berger. George Verwer, a trailblazer for global mission and lasting legacy of faith. George Verwer, founder of Operation Mobilization, OM, and a dedicated servant of God, passed away at the age of 84. We remember his unwavering commitment to sharing God's love across the globe and his extraordinary life devoted to spreading the gospel. Born in New Jersey, USA in 1938, George Verwer's journey with Christ began when he received a copy of the Gospel of John at 14. Later, after attending a Billy Graham rally in New York City, George made a personal commitment to Christ that transformed his life. Driven by Jesus' commission to make disciples, George dedicated his life to sharing his faith and helping others find their path to Christ. George's passion for spreading the gospel extended beyond the borders of the United States. In 1957, he embarked on a road trip to Mexico to distribute Spanish-language tracts and gospel booklets. This trip ignited his conviction to bring God's word to those who had never heard it. After marrying Draina Necht, the couple prioritized their service to the Lord and moved to Spain, where they laid the foundation for OM's work. George's vision for mobilizing young people into mission came to life with the inception of Operation Mobilization. Under his dynamic leadership, OM expanded across Europe, the Middle East, and beyond. The organization's ocean-going ships, starting with Logos in 1971, have since welcomed more than 49 million visitors to their onboard book fairs, distributing over 70 million portions of scripture in 151 countries. George's passion for radical discipleship and ministry sustainability continued as he led OM until 2003. Afterward, he focused on special projects, traveling and speaking on global missions at thousands of gatherings worldwide. His zeal for spreading the gospel inspired countless individuals and churches to become more actively involved in mission work. Always seen with his world map jacket or inflatable globe, George remained dedicated to praying for the nations and current issues. His numerous written works, including Revolution of Love, Out of the Comfort Zone, Messiology, and Confessions of a Toxic Perfectionist, are testaments to his commitment to his faith. He will be remembered his remarkable life as a trailblazer for global mission, his unwavering faith, and his lasting legacy of love and devotion to sharing God's message with the world. Tributes to George Verwer. Thanks for watching Who Died Today America. If you enjoyed this tribute, please give it a thumbs up and share with friends. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more inspiring stories. Leave a comment below telling us who inspired you the most. See you in the next video.